welcome back to the Daily Baker. I hope you've enjoyed our first two videos of the flop-proof scones and the buttermilk cheese bread. The feedback that I've got from the videos is that they're both super easy to make and people are surprised how easy they are to make, and also that maybe they would like the conversions in the recipes to be in American conversions, so we will be doing that going forward. We're going to continue with our theme of doing something that's super easy and doesn't require a lot of ingredients. So today we're going to make pecan snowball cookies, and these look really impressive but are really easy to make. So before you start weighing out your ingredients, remember to preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and also we're going to need a baking tray which you need to line with parchment and spray it with some non-stick spray. Okay, the ingredients that you're going to need for these snowball cookies are 227 grams of butter or 1 cup of butter. You're going to need 1 cup of icing sugar. Remember to sift your icing sugar, otherwise you're going to get lumps in your cookies, which we don't want. 2 cups of all-purpose flour and 1 1/4 cup of chopped pecans. We're going to need some 2 teaspoons of vanilla essence and a little bit of salt. And then it's really easy to make. You're also going to need a mixer. If you don't have one of these mixers, you can mix it by hand, but it's going to take you a little bit longer. Or if you have a KitchenAid, a stand KitchenAid, you can use that as well. I just find this is easier to use because it's not a very big recipe, so if you put it in your KitchenAid, it doesn't work as well as mixing it with a hand mixer. So if you're ready to go, let's make some pecan snowballs. Okay, so the first thing you're going to need to do is we're going to cream our butter and our icing sugar together. With your butter, you need to make sure that it is room temperature. Otherwise, it's not going to cream very easily and it's going to take you a lot longer to make this. So we're going to cream it first and then add in our icing sugar. Okay, we can add in our icing sugar now. You can add it in all together. And then cream this until it's nice and light. Perfect. Next we're going to add in our vanilla essence and our salt. When you're baking, always add in a little bit of salt. It just brings out the flavors and makes it taste nicer. So we're going to just quickly mix that. And then we're going to add in our flour. We're going to add in our flour a little bit at a time and mixing it until it's combined. So add a little bit in, give it a mix. Add the last of your flour in. Give it a mix. It will be a really thick dough, and that's really what you're looking for. And lastly, all we're going to do is we're going to add in our pecan nuts. Make sure that you have chopped them, so you just add those in and just fold them in gently. Just make sure that there's no dry spots in your biscuits, in your cookies should I say. and we're good to go. Okay, so your mixture now has your pecans in it, and it is a fairly thick mixture. So all we're going to do now is we're going to put it on our baking tray, which we've lined with parchment paper and sprayed with our non-stick spray. You can use an ice cream scoop, you can use a spoon, you can pretty much use anything. The feedback I got when I made these the first time was that they were a little bit too big, so I've made them a little bit smaller so they can literally just fit in your mouth. So we're going to just do it with a spoon. So you're just going to take a piece of it, roll it into a little ball, and place it on your parchment paper. And you just continue this until all your dough is done. They don't need to be too far apart because they don't spread that much, but you do want a little bit of space in case they do spread a little bit. So we're now finished rolling all of our balls, and we're going to put them in the oven. We're going to bake these for 15 to 18 minutes. So remember to set your timer. Okay, our cookies are done and we're going to take them out the oven. Those look amazing. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to just take each cookie and we're just going to roll it in our powdered sugar to coat the entire cookie. You want to do this while they're still warm so that it can coat the cookie really nicely. So you just drop them in and just roll them. I put them on another wire tray just so they can cool down, because once they're completely cool, we're going to roll them again and coat them in some more icing sugar. So we're just going to do this with all the cookies and just let them cool. Okay, so now after you've done your first coat and they've cooled down a little bit, you can coat it again with your second coat of powdered sugar. So you just go ahead and just redo what you were doing before, so just recoat them. So just keep in mind that in some areas this is called confectioner's sugar or icing sugar or powdered sugar. Now that we've coated our biscuits twice with our powdered sugar, we now are going to have a look what they look like. So it's nice and crisp on the outside, it's got a really good coating of the powdered sugar, and we're going to crack it open and have a look what it's like inside. It looks amazing. We've got some nice pecans all the way through, and we're going to give it a taste. That is delicious. Really good with coffee or just on their own. Hope to see you back soon. Hope you enjoyed making pecan snowballs with the Daily Baker.